Hello, it's me, Nick, broadcasting from somewhere. It's a quick introduction to this video. It's basically to help people with Windows machines install Python on it so they can get started with the Intro to Python course. We'll be using Conda as the package management software for Python, so that's why you'll almost never hear me talk about Python during it. And it's a kind of step-by-step guide. If you get stuck with some things, you can either post in the comments, but chances are you'll probably get a better answer on Google first. So here's the video. So the first thing you'll want to do is open a browser and Google install Anaconda from Windows. This just means you'll get the Windows page before any other pages that they provide software for. So head over to the installing on Windows page, click through to the installer and download the installer that's for your machine. You'll need to Google how to figure out whether you've got a 64-bit machine or a 32-bit machine, but mine's is a Dell XPS 15 and it's 64-bit. So if you've got the same, you'll be okay. So we just need to wait for that to finish to download and then just run the installer. It's really easy and simple, this bit. It's important, this bit, because you need to make sure that you click just me, not all users, or you'll end up with a permissions error at some point, and it's just easier to with just me. So it takes a few minutes to install Anaconda, because it's installing itself and installing Python at the same time. So it takes a bit of time. Almost there. Well, halfway. I'm glass half full, sorry guys, so halfway's good. Almost finished. That's us done. So if we click next and finish, then it takes us to this page where we're not going to register. This is the important bit here. We want to find the Anaconda prompt. You do that by going down to your start bar and clicking on Cortana and typing in Anaconda, and you should see the prompt come up. So that gives us a window where we can now run Python. So this is Python running. You just type in Python to run it. Just to make sure that it's working properly, we're going to print a little statement. And if we get an error, that means Python's not working properly. Nope, boss, it works. No problems. Okay, so next up we want to see if pandas is installed. Pandas isn't installed. NumPy next. That's not installed. And matplotlib, which is our drawing package. NumPy is our calculator. Pandas is their Excel. And I'll explain what these import statements are when we actually do the notebooks, but just want to show you what it looks like to get an error when you don't have a module installed. So we're going to exit Python and head over to install these packages, which is again back to the browser. And because it's Conda, everything pretty much starts with Conda. So if you Google Conda install and the package name, you'll be rocking. So that's us getting the pandas statement required to be able to download and install pandas for Conda. So what I think it's doing here during the solving environment process is it's figuring out what versions you've got and matching those to the versions of pandas. So pandas is very quick to install. It's not a really heavy package, so that's almost complete. Almost there. There we go. And now we'll go do the exact same thing for NumPy, but we'll Google Conda install NumPy, and it will take us to the page, the Anaconda page, where it will give us the bit of text that we need to copy and paste into the browser. Sorry, into the Anaconda prompt window. No point in Googling that. Alright, so NumPy was already installed, which means that probably happened when we installed Pandas, because Pandas utilizes parts of NumPy for the calculator process. So now we're going to install our drawing package, which is matplotlib, and again, just conda install matplotlib, and it will give you the correct statement that you'll need to copy and paste into the Anaconda prompt window. So you might have seen by the amount of packages that matplotlib have inside it that it's going to be quite big and take a bit of time to install. So it's going quite fast so far, but usually it takes a bit of time. So those bits were quite fast, but it's looking like this package is going to take a bit of time, so I've skipped over it, so you didn't need to sit and watch that. But as you can see, everything has been installed by 100%, and it's just finishing up the installation now. There we go. Now if we run Python and we import all the packages again, you'll be able to see that it should work. There should be no errors. If we get errors, it's unlikely to be no package available error. It's likely to be something else. But that's Pandas installed and imported, NumPy installed and imported, and matplotlib installed and imported. No errors. There we go. That's great. So we're going to exit Python, and we now need to install the environment that we're going to be coding in, and that's a Jupyter Notebook. And again, just head back to conda install and Jupyter Notebook. This is the same for every package you'll ever use. So head to the page, Notebook, and put conda install -c Anaconda Notebook. Copy that and paste it into the Anaconda prompt window, and it will do the same as it did with other packages, and quickly, semi-quickly, it's not that fast, install the Jupyter Notebook onto your machine. So that's installing now. It's going to take a little bit of time, and I think we might skip over it just to speed up the video, because you're learning nothing by watching install bars round up to 100%. And there we go, that's that installed. And now in the Anaconda prompt window, if you type Jupyter Notebook, it will open basically a browser where you can navigate to wherever you're saving your files and working from. Works just like a directory. So that's Python set up on your machine. You're now ready to rock and roll.